As the world laughs at us, Americans are divided in reacting to last week's prisoner swap between Russia and the United States. The deal, announced by a gleeful Biden administration, sent lesbian WNBA star Brittney Griner home in exchange for international arms dealer Viktor Bout, also known as the Merchant of Death. One reason why many are disappointed is former United States Marine Paul Whelan has been imprisoned in Russia going on 4 years, and he's still there. I'm David Fiorazo, and this is Christ and Culture. As mainstream media, ESPN, and the sports world applauded the release of Brittney Griner last week, her wife, Cherelle, was invited to the Whitehouse, stood before a beaming Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, and spoke after the prisoner swap was announced. U.S. veteran Paul Whelan, left behind in Russia, also reacted to the news. Quote, "I have to say I'm greatly disappointed that more has not been done to secure my release, especially as the 4-year anniversary of my arrest is coming up. I was arrested for a crime that never occurred. I'm happy that Brittney is going home today, but I don't understand why I'm still sitting here." Is it because he's low on the woke DEI scale, diversity, equity, and inclusion? Let's review a few facts first. Paul Whelan was apparently arrested on bogus charges, while Brittney Griner was smuggling illegal substances and was traded for a criminal who has a history of killing Americans. Biden is sending billions in weapons to Ukraine, and we just sent Russia a notorious weapons dealer for a basketball player having a history of bashing America. Released in exchange for Griner, Viktor Bout was convicted of conspiring to kill U.S. citizens and providing aid to terrorist organizations. He spent 10 years locked inside an American penitentiary. Now, we don't need to wonder what the world thinks about us. As China builds up its massive military, they laugh at the Democrats weakening ours. Russia also laughs at our wokeness. What do I mean? Watch this clip featuring Russian media explaining that Paul Whelan, a national hero, was left in prison there because he is male, white, and heterosexual. Watch this.
Разведчик. Ну, для нас он шпион, для них он разведчик, то есть герой. Он морпех, он увешан орденами. У него одна проблема, две. Проблема первая, три. Проблема первая, он белый. Вторая, он мужчина. Третий, он, судя по всему, все-таки гетеро. А этого сейчас вообще не прощают. Это катастрофа.
Не, ну Грайнер здесь бьет его по всем параметрам.
И как?
Three problems. Jeez. They pointed out those three things because Griner beats Whelan on the scale of diversity, equity, and inclusion, of course. They concluded, by the way, that this trade said a lot about the state of American society, and a society that spits on those who served the country but prioritizes black lesbian celebrity hooked on drugs. Their words. So this is a woman, Griner, who pledged never again to stand for America's national anthem and who boldly supports the Marxist-driven Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. Now, Whelan's family has been partially quoted by the Democrat media as approving of the trade, but in an often edited part of their statement, the family says Paul is still a hostage, they are devastated, and he worked hard in prison to survive nearly 4 years of this injustice, end quote. Journalist and podcaster Jason Whitlock said, the obvious reason Brittney Griner jumped to the head of the line was because the Biden Democrats and corporate media are, quote, driven by critical race theory and diversity, inclusion, and equity. Like others, Whitlock couldn't wrap his mind around the trade, saying it felt like, quote, one of the lowest points in U.S. foreign policy history. He also writes this. In 2015, Griner pled guilty to domestic violence against her partner and WNBA peer, Glory Johnson. Griner is not an American patriot. She's an entitled, spoiled athlete. This is the LGBTQ BLM alphabet mafia flexing its political might. Are Americans stronger and safer when our leaders make decisions based on sexuality and skin color? No, we're weaker. Russian leader Vladimir Putin used our commitment to racial and sexual idolatry to fleece us in a trade, end quote. Whitlock added that critical race theory and DEI, or DEI, have weakened our educational system, entertainment, and the working world. The fact wokeness reared its ugly head in foreign policy shouldn't be surprising. There could be some work going on behind the scenes to get Paul Whelan freed. Time will tell. Speaker Nancy Pelosi took a victory lap, suggesting Brittney Griner's freedom is, quote, a gift to the world, to America. And she said the Democrats' gift to her is the passage of the so-called Respect for Marriage Act. Pelosi proclaimed last Thursday a glorious day here in the House and also declared this, quote, her wife, Cherelle, and she and their family will have a holiday season without worrying about whether their marriage is protected. Whether their marriage is protected. They're worrying, really. Biden, Harris, Pelosi, Schumer, Griner, her wife, and the fans, they all need Jesus. They have no fixed moral compass, no standard of righteousness, because they are their own gods, and they love this present world. Can't get more simple than that. Believers in Christ know better. We understand our time is short, and these are just cultural indicators of how far we have fallen as a nation, a people, and a church. God bless you, and keep speaking the truth about things that matter.